When you think of God's care, what picture comes into your mind? When you consider God's grace, what mental images does the term grace conjure up? Could it be that there are times in your life when you are crying out for the grace of God, even though you're getting it? God's grace does not always come in the form of comfort and encouragement. His care doesn't always mean relief and release. Could it be that the care that we often cry out for is not the care that we really need? There was a cycle in the life of the children of Israel that is very instructive. Remember that they were people just like us, and the accounts about them were written for our example and instruction, so that we would not fall into the same errors. In grace, God recorded for us their struggles with grace, so that we would esteem and run toward the grace we've been given. Carefully examine the description that follows. And the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and served the Baals. And they abandoned the Lord and the God of their fathers, who had brought them out of the land of Egypt. They went after other gods from among the gods of the peoples who were around them, and bowed down to them. And they provoked the Lord to anger. So the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he gave them over to plunderers, who plundered them. And he sold them into the hand of their surrounding enemies, so that they could no longer withstand their enemies. Then the Lord raised up judges, who saved them out of the hand of those who plundered them. Yet they did not listen to their judges, for they whored after other gods and bowed down to them. They soon turned aside from the way in which their fathers had walked, who had obeyed the commandments of the Lord, and they did not do so. Whenever the Lord raised up judges for them, the Lord was with the judge, and he saved them from the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For the Lord was moved to pity by their groaning, because of those who afflicted and oppressed them. But whenever the judge died, they turned back and were more corrupt than their fathers, going after other gods, serving them and bowing down to them. They did not drop any of their practices or their stubborn ways. Judges 2:11 through 19. The children of Israel were not on God's care agenda page. God sent the violent care of trouble in order to rescue their hearts from idolatry. But all that his children wanted was the situational care of freedom from their enemies. And when they got it, they turned back to their sinful ways. Today, what kind of care do you long for from the hands of your Messiah of grace? Today's scripture reading is Judges 2 through 3. And the thought for the day: because he is zealous to rescue you from you, God's care can be violent. He rips you from what is dangerous to give you what is better.